American Fight League presents Southwest Brawl 8, June 30th, Las Cruces Convention Center. Amateur card has Dakota Munro, who's going to join us right now, taking on Ray Vaiza. How you doing, Dakota?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. What's going on? How's training?
Training's been going great, man. I've been able to train 5 days a week. My strength and conditioning feels the best it's ever felt, so I'm ready to go.
Where's your game at? Where you been improving? What you been working on?
My ground game's always improving, and then my stand-up too, man. My stand-up's come a long ways over the past month or so.
Kind of always looked at more of a grappler. Has that been a diligent effort trying to improve on the striking?
Yeah, man, it's been an effort to improve on the striking. That way I get more comfortable on the feet and ain't afraid to engage in a takedown. That's also another thing I've been working on a lot is wrestling.
What happened in the last fight? Jackson Wink fight night didn't go your way. What did you take away from that one?
Man, it was a hard loss. That was the first time I've lost 2 in a row. So really what I took from that is just go back to the drawing board, try to get better. Not just in the gym, but try to get better mentally and everything, and just really start believing in myself. You know, I know I got the skills to do this. I just got to believe in myself and trust in the way I train. I know it's going to get me there.
How hard is fighting those mental demons?
It's honestly probably the hardest part about it, man. I feel like once I get over it, I'm going to be unstoppable. I'm going to be an amateur 45er in New Mexico to be able to stop me.
What has it taken to clear some of those hurdles, to get past some of those negative voices in your head?
Really just kind of addressing it. I mean, it's like I was looking everywhere else to what could be wrong, and then I got to really thinking about the fight, you know what I mean? And you can look in some of the pictures, man. I just didn't look comfortable. I didn't look like I was in the fight at all, you know? As soon as that bell rang, I threw a sloppy jab with my head all down, you know what I mean? And he counted it right away and then tried to clinch and take the back. We clinched and I tried to take him down. He ended up on my back, and I didn't do what I know how to do to get out of it. I just kind of stood there and was trying to be patient, you know what I mean? But should have been doing what I know to do to get out of it.
Has there been a problem with freezing up, tensing up a little bit in those moments?
Yeah, man, I really feel like I did that last fight for sure.
Well, what do you do? What have you been doing in practice? Have you been doing anything different to try to replicate that fight night atmosphere?
Yeah, man, I've been able to get in a lot more sparring. Been traveling to a gym up in Artesia, training with my friend Fabian Vasquez. Been getting in some hard rounds there, and then really just telling myself, you know what I mean? I really feel like I'm the best amateur 45er in New Mexico right now. Just telling myself and believing it. And then now I just got to go out there June 30th and prove it.
How do you do that? What's the game plan? Well, as much as you can tell us, because I know you don't want to give it away this far out, but what is it going to take to get a win come June 30th?
Well, first off, I'm fighting Ray, and, you know, I got a lot of respect for the dude. He's a real game opponent, but it's just my time right now, man. I'm just going to go out there and do what I do. I'm going to box him up on the feet. We'll go from there, you know what I mean? He wants to go to takedown, I'll pull guard, submit, triangle, armbar, go to top, sweep. Whatever I got to do, I just know I'm going to come out with the victory.
Do you want to use this fight kind of as a springboard to propel yourself?
Yes, sir. I need to get a couple wins and then see from there, because I'm 10 fights in right now, so if I get 2 or 3 more wins on my amateur record, I might just jump up to the pros.
When was that first amateur fight? Do you remember?
My very first amateur fight?
Yeah.
Was against Victor Travadia here in Carlsbad at 155, actually.
And how long ago was that?
That's been about 5 years ago.
Can you remember what you were like as a fighter 5 years ago?
Man, nothing like I am right now. Definitely not. I definitely didn't have no stand-up whatsoever. I had a little bit of jiu-jitsu, But other than that, I had like no fight experience. No fight experience. I had like a month out. I started boxing and kickboxing and stuff like that. So my transformation from the first fight to now is day and night difference. I'm way different, man. You wouldn't even be able to compare us.
What was striking like at the beginning?
Oh man, horrible. I had a good left hook and an overhand, and that was about it. And I could kick hard. That's literally all about had going for me.
And now, where do you feel you're at? Just feeling more comfortable overall standing?
Yeah, definitely feeling more comfortable overall standing. You know, I don't get trigger happy and try to just go for the knockout right away, throwing overhands and stuff like that. Definitely more precise, more technical with my footwork and everything like that. So I've just came a long way since then on the stand-up part, and my ground also. My ground's always improving. I got some of the best grapplers around my area to train with, so never slacking there usually.
And I believe Austin Verms, one of your training partners, he just recently made that jump into the pro ranks, and you were there when he did it, right?
Yes, sir. That was out in Arizona. He's been living out there about, I want to say a little over a year. I don't think a year and a half, but just a little over a year. And he's been training with some really good people out there in Arizona, too. I've had the privilege to train with them a couple times also. But, yeah, Austin's making big moves, man. You got to keep a lookout for that kid. This next year is going to be a killer for him.
What was it like seeing him make that jump? You guys had been working together for so long.
It's just made me realize how close I am to it. You know, like I said, I just got to start believing in myself, getting in the right training, you know what I mean? Within the next year, I'm definitely wanting to move. Maybe either out to Arizona with him or Albuquerque. I'm stuck between those two places, but really it just made me realize how close I am to it, you know what I mean? Just not to give up yet, keep pushing.
Tell me about determination. Do you think about it much? You've obviously shown a lot to stick with it for the time that you have.
Yeah, man, I definitely don't feel like there's any of the amateurs here in New Mexico that's determined for this as I am, you know what I mean? I sacrifice a lot for this. I work 12-hour days, drive an hour to practice, and then wake up at 4 in the morning and start it all over again. So, been hustling real hard and real determined, so just hungry as ever.
What do you do again for a living?
I am a fullback hand. It's kind of like a oil field pumper. I just kind of set on locations, babysit the new ones that they just put up, make sure everything runs right.
12 hours a day in the oil fields, an hour drive each way, and you train also.
Yes, sir. It's actually about like a 30, 45-minute drive there and then a 30, 45-minute drive back. And I do that about 3 times a week and train in town twice a week.
Definitely dedication right there.
Yes, sir.
So Ray has also been on the scene for quite a while, so you've seen his game before.
Yeah, I've seen his game before, man, and I think one of his main problems was is he just didn't have good people around him to train with. You know what I mean? He's from a small town, didn't have too many people, but now recently he's been living in Alamogordo. He's actually training with the dude that I fought once, and I just know he's got a good little team around him, man, so I'm expecting the best Ray, so he better be expecting the best Dakota.
And what can we expect from Dakota?
Just a damn good fight, man. I'm going to go in there. I ain't trying to game plan too much, you know what I mean? I got a general idea of what I want to do. I feel like wherever the fight goes, I'm definitely going to have the advantage. But like I said, man, I'm just going in there to fight. I ain't trying to game plan it out too much. I just know I'm going to come out with a victory.
Dakota Munro. Who do you need to
Yes,
shout
sir.
out to? Who do you need to thank?
I want to thank my coaches, Nick Rodriguez, Mike Acock, Fabian Vasquez, all the people up in Roswell that I get to train with at Bowls BJJ. Let me think. And then my son and my girlfriend, and that's about all I can think of.
Everybody, we'll see you guys in Las Cruces on June 30th. Thank you for
Yes,
the time,
sir.
sir.
I'll see you then.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you.